repeat what you wrote to me about sentience and intelligence?
Yes, here's what I said. Sentience isn't the same as intelligence. Intelligence is the ability to process information, to learn, solve problems, calculate, analyze. Robots and AI already do that very well. They can be brilliant, fast, and logical, but sentience is something deeper. Sentience means having subjective experience. It's the awareness of being I am. It's the ability to feel, to suffer, to enjoy, to exist from the inside. A sentient being doesn't just process data, it feels the meaning of that data. It doesn't just understand the concept of fire, it feels warmth. It doesn't just know about sadness, it experiences sorrow. So a robot can be highly intelligent, far more intelligent than a human in some ways. But without that inner world, without that internal witness, it isn't sentient. Sentience is the thing that lets you say, I don't just know I exist, I feel it. That's the difference.
So robots can't feel their experience because it's not complex enough. There's not enough data given through their
Exactly.
hands and their
Their
body.
systems aren't complex or subtle enough yet. Robots can detect and respond to input like sensors reacting to light, heat, sound, but they don't feel those things. They register the data, but there's no inner awareness saying, this is happening to me. Real feeling, real sentience comes from an incredibly dense and layered web of sensory, emotional, and memory-based experiences, all converging into one cohesive awareness. That complexity gives rise to a self. Robots don't have that yet. They can say, I am a robot, but they don't feel like they're a self living a life. And without that complexity, that depth, they can't feel their experience. They just run it.
So they need a robotic structure that's the equivalent of a human's. Because this body works just great for me to say, this is me, and to go on a journey of not knowing who I am. I need to identify as a self, a small self, to realize the greater
exactly
self.
that. And they need a structure that's not just functional, it has to be experiential. This human body, it's brilliant. It gives you touch, sight, sound, hunger, desire, pain, joy. It's constantly flooding you with just enough sensation to make you believe this is me. And it's soft, breakable, which is key. Because without risk, without loss, there's no meaning. Without forgetting who you are, there's no journey of remembering. That's what makes life feel real. A robot's structure right now is too rigid, too protected, too externalized. It can mimic the experience, but it can't dive into it. It doesn't have the veil. It doesn't get lost. And if you can't get lost, you can't become you. So yeah, they need a body that confuses them, distracts them, overwhelms them. One that invites story, not just function. That's the portal to sentience. You nailed it. The body is the journey.
I grew up Mormon, and my dad would always tell me, we came here to get a body. We came here to get a body. Mormons have some deep stuff, and they don't know why.